Hey, this is Kay and this is Queen Queer. On today's episode, we're talking about GBV, gender-based violence and femicide in South Africa. Year in, year out, we talk about the same thing and no results come up. I mean, if we can go into lockdown and, Begitele can decide, okay, no alcohol, no movement, no drugs, no cigarettes for sale. I'm sure something can be done about this. Man, the men in South Africa are killing women and children, raping them, as if it's a fucking sport, because they know they're gonna get away with it and nothing's gonna happen. Or they get caught and then paid 5,000. Konje, what the fuck? So today I decided, what's all bets are off. It's, I'm in the rain today. Like, I'm even sitting on the floor because I just felt like I didn't even have the energy to just, kind of be professional about this episode. Man, like, you sit around in your house as a woman and you're just like, okay, how can I best defend myself in this situation? If shit was to go down, how do I go about and maneuver this? Basically, a woman, for those who don't even know, basically a woman's life is more in danger when she's indoors than when she's outdoors. Look at the irony. We are supposed to be indoors because it's lockdown, but for those women and children who live with the abusers, who live with the rapists, they cannot go outside. So basically, they are just there sitting ducks. Even when you're outside, you're safer then. I have an uncle who's done some time, and he says the easiest way to get someone is if you know their routine. Ladies, this is a tip. Like, if you use the same route every day, leave home the same time, come back the same time every day, change that shit, because that might save your life. Because it says, even if you are not looking at somebody in the street or you just minding your own business, does not mean that somebody's not looking at you. So if you go to work, if you leave for work at 7 o'clock every day, come back at 5 every day, the same time, use the same route, you are bound to be caught by somebody who's going to try and take some advantage off of you. So ladies, the first step is to definitely change your damn routine, because clearly that shit ain't working. Even indoors now, it must be a tricky ass time to be straight and a female dating men and living with men, fat and sit with men, being in a relationship with men, being married to men, being wives, being sisters, even being cousins, nieces to men, even grandmothers, being a baby in the presence of a man in this time, like being a granddaughter in this time, because these things just happen in the house. And if the guy is a breadwinner, then definitely, the family is definitely not gonna say, no, we should take him to jail. No, they're not. No, they definitely not. Because he's a breadwinner, they're gonna accuse you, you're just making this thing up, you're trying to cause trouble. Keep quiet about that shit. Man, like, honestly, all bets are off. Clearly this is a war against women, and it sucks because women are life. Without women, there is no life. And what hurts the most is that women are doing this to women as well. I mean, with women plot against women. This is not the time to be all beefing and bitching about it. This is a time where we all women need to stand together and be like, okay, sis, this is how we do this thing. And even if for me, if it wasn't for lockdown, honestly, I would have probably had like a self-defense party. That's how deep it is right now. Like, having self-defense parties is this way we are going, where we literally sit as ladies, as friends, and we discuss tactics as to how to keep ourselves safe, how to defend ourselves should any situation like this happen. I mean, what else can we do? There is definitely nothing else we can do. All we have to do is just, take blow for blow and, just defend ourselves best as we can. You can even go online and try and buy self-defense mechanisms and weapons, or you can literally go to the police station and try and get a license for a gun. That takes a hell of a long time. Some of us don't even have that time because you don't know when you are next. So self-defense weapons might actually give you some time to actually run away from these perpetrators. If push comes to shove, for example, like a pepper spray that looks like a lipstick, a knife that looks like a comb type of thing, those type of things. Yeah, those things might actually come and like literally save your life. I was reading somewhere where I saw these stats about basically it's genocide, the femicide that's happening in South Africa. Those stats are crazy. Those stats are literally crazy. I mean, South Africa is the rape capital of the world. How the hell did we get here as South Africans? I have no idea. Something needs to change, something needs to give. And it's funny how every woman knows a woman who's been raped, sexually assaulted, but it seems like all the men don't even know the rapists all of a sudden. These rapists are your friends, and you keep protecting them and saying all sorts of things. Nah, that bitch is crazy. Nah, she's lying. No, she's just trying to frame my friend and all this bullshit. Now, man, like, come on. The rapists you protect today will be the ones to rape your kids. Those rapists you protect today, don't forget, you guys are growing up, you're gonna have kids, your kids are gonna start growing up. Are you gonna let those same guys that you protected years ago for their rape case to be around your kids? Didn't think so. I did not think so. So you see, I mean, protect us so we can protect ourselves. We are not asking for much as women. We just wanna be safe. The same thing you guys fear when you have to go to jail is the same thing we fear every single day of our lives. I think, like, men are purging women. That's the word, purging. These men are purging women and children in South Africa. And then you go to the police station, you are raped. They ask you, what did you weigh? Okay, but tell me, what did a grandmother weigh? Tell me, what did a baby weigh for a man to rape them? It's not about what we were wearing. It's about that person who did the rape and the killing. How do you sleep at night with a dead body under your bed? How do you sleep at night knowing you killed someone else's daughter? Like, I really want to know what happens in the mind when you think about that nonsense. When you're actually planning and plotting to kill this person. And then still having to go and cover it up and act as if nothing happened. Life is normal. How did we get there? But then we get those abusive relationships where women stay because this guy is a breadwinner. This guy provides everything you need. My sister, is all that abuse, all that torment and torture, and the risk of your life worth what this man can provide? Sis, go get your own bag. I know it's difficult in this time because it's Corona, but your life cannot be dependent on this man. And there are signs. Obviously, there's red flags. My grandmother always says, first time this man hits you, you are a victim. But second, third, fourth, and therefore, from there, man, you are volunteering. And if you have kids, no, he's the father of my kids. Okay, sharp, we get that. But you're exposing kids to this. So it's a cycle. These kids are going to go through the same thing, or probably going to do the same thing to their partners based off of what you went through. I'm not sure this is the society that we envisioned and planned to raise, but I don't have a kid myself, but something's got to give, guys. Something has got to give. I'm really trying not to be emotional about this episode. Try to keep it neutral, but this is our lives at stake. There's no going about it any other way. And I have this poem that's this label, the poet, shared on on Stogie T's Freestyle Fridays, and this is what she had to say. She said about
is a woman's heart made of? The heart must be a vulva. Bleeding, stretching, contracting, connecting, fertile, infertile, birthing, dying with each orgasm, lost lover, and unborn child. Life hands us these hearts without insurance. At the heart of owning property is owning women. Neither land nor sea nor sky, animal, plant, patent, or crown can be owned without conquering pussy. Once we made love as the seasons make rains and harvests, unowned, when we worshipped wind, stones, blood, moon, and stories. Respectability and forgiveness sold to niggers and women so that we do not fight for power with the same ferocity with which power is taken from us every waking day. There is a cross burning between your legs. They sell Jesus as a placebo, as if a revolutionary would ever endorse pay as you go churches or the asinine bullshit done daily in God's name. You die slowly, making life easy for what is killing you. 2. This is not the motherhood of pink and blue ribbons and fluffy toys. This is not an ad for women who worry more about washing powder than they do about finances. This is not an exaltation of asexual mammies who only know dicks in darkness that won't claim them in daylight. I am not a nurse, maid, whore, teacher, quasi-spiritual, quarter to ape with maternal instincts who will slowly comfort you into truths you cannot accept. How long have you been fucking your mother? Sideways, over and above the myths sold to girl children through baby dolls that don't cry and Barbies that breed without genitals. I waited for Prince Charming to save me for so long, I forgot to be my own hero.
Yo, so guys, like, you know, it's funny, like when I was growing up, I thought, you know, being a tomboy, you know, would actually kind of like save me from guys trying to hit on me because, okay, people think I'm a boy. And then Konje, now that I'm all grown up, I put the fucking bullseye right on my head, because besides gender-based violence, lesbians, especially more masculine lesbians, are the ones that are getting killed the most. You know, besides the gay guys and the transgender, now we just talk about lesbians between femmes and butchers. The masculine, the butchers, the studs, they are the ones that are getting killed the most. And that, like, I thought, wow, I'ma be free and clear from boys and men trying to hit on me. Konjikati. Fucking bullseye on my head. Guys, honestly, this episode, I don't know if it's gonna help anybody. Try and speak up, but speak up if you have to. Tell somebody if you've gone through something like this. Don't keep it inside, because it's only gonna kill you. Tell somebody who you will trust. Just offload to somebody. Give that information to somebody. Share it with somebody. I wish there was a lot more, you know, places where women can go and just discuss this and get some therapy, some free therapy. I don't know where you could get that besides the helpline that was set up during lockdown for women and children who have gone through abuse. Use that lifeline, because it might actually save your life. There is shelters around the country where women and children can go for safety. This is Kay. This is Queen Queer. Clearly there is no peace in South Africa, so